Right. Computer programs make it computer programs make use of many programming constructs. Now remember to tick this one, right? In the exam, tick your language selected Python. You select it, otherwise there will be a problem, right? Can you see this is a OMR red? So you tick that, cross it, right? Identify which one of these is a logical operator. Which one? Logical operator. Yes, its answer is B. Oh, right. Akib, you also tell the answer. Oh, I will ask. I will ask both of you separately. Right. It's O. And C and D are relational operators. Okay. Relational operators, they compare the values. Logical operators, they look at the status, right? The true false status of the variables or the conditions, right? Describe one difference between one-dimensional array and a two-dimensional array. Akib, tell me one difference. Between a one-dimensional array and a two-dimensional array.
Two-dimensional array has like lists and stuff, like, and one-dimensional array has like a two-dimensional array has like multiple lists. One-dimensional array has only one list.
Right. Okay. That's a good one. Adarshana?
Sir, can we say that one-dimensional array is fixed, whereas a whereas a 2D fixed in the sense that it's like a static array. And a 2D array is an array where you can actually have.
But in a 2D array also we specify the number of rows and columns. Rather, you can say now when there's a one-dimensional array, what comes to your mind is a row, right? A row with some values. When it is a 2D array, what comes to your mind is something like a Excel grid. So which means there are rows and columns, both, right? So there's X and Y right dimension. But in 1D array, there's only X, or it can be Y even, but only one. So you can say 1D array is just a row or a column, right? Whereas 2D array consists of rows and columns, both X and Y dimensions, right? Open Q1-Q3. I would like if you also can do this, right, with me. Open Q1-Q3 in the code editor. The program should calculate how many 20 pounds are in 113 and how much is left over. There are 3 errors in the code. Amend the code to correct the errors. Save your okay. Shall we? Read the question well. You see, I have sent you the files. Q1-Q3, right? And I have told you like it's important that you save this first, save as finished, and then you edit. Right. Okay, have you opened? Are you also doing it? Akib? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, the purpose is to find how many 20s are there in 113, right? Run it, see whether there are any errors. Okay, there is an error. Okay, can you spot the error here? Line number 10. If you look at line
We didn't,
number,
we didn't
yeah.
add the comma, right? We didn't add the comma.
Comma, actually, they have used the plus sign, right? If you look at line number 9, you can see plus sign is used, and plus sign is the concatenation, right? So here also it's the plus. So it's not the comma they have used, it's the plus or the concatenation. So plus is missing there, right? So you have to carefully identify whether it is concatenation or just the comma,
And
right?
also, sir,
Fun?
sir, the leftover steps.
Yeah.
Underscore.
Underscore, yes. So that's a name error, but it is showing a syntax error, no? Right?
I think it thought we meant to put the inverted commas.
Yes, that's right. All right. The name num20s is not defined. Num20s. Num20s. That's line number 5. Okay. The problem is double equal, right? Double equal is a check. It should be assignment operator. Assignment operator is single equal, right? What is this double forward slash?
Find the remainder.
No.
It gives you only the integer.
Integer
not
division.
The remainder.
Yeah, that's the integer division, okay? Flow division, and then percentage is modulus, the remainder, right? Okay, so here, of course, I don't think we need to understand the code, how it works, because they just want to correct the errors. So don't spend, don't waste time on trying to understand how it works. Okay, just making it error-free, right? But if you really want to understand, just in case if they give a question like that, so what happens here is they take the integer amount, right? So 113 divide 113 flow division 25. That means there are 5 20s in 130. Then we find the remainder. 113 percentage 20. Right? There are 5 20s and the remaining value will be 30. Simple. Raul has written a program that counts the number of vowels in a sentence. Just a minute. Open Q1-01D in the code editor. Amend the code by adding a suitable comment. You may need to add more than one comment to a line. At the end of the line where there is a relational operator, put a comment. Okay. 1D, right? Again, save it. At the end of the line where there is a relational operator. Okay, relational operator should be a check. Equal is not relational. That's assignment operator.
Line number 10.
Line number 10. Good. So remember, equal is assignment operator, not relational, right? It should be double equal or greater than no equal, less than no equal. Those are the relational operators, not equal. So here you can put a comment and say, relational operator. At the end of the line where iteration starts, there are 2 iterations, right? Where does it start? An iteration start. 2 iterations are there. Where?
Four letter in sentence and four vowels in vowels.
Yeah, so looks like we have to, should we select only one? No. When the code by
think we
adding,
can.
you may need to add more than one comment to a line, more than one comment to a line. So just identify one is fine, right? You don't need to put for both, right? Yeah, because only one mark is given. Yeah, but there can be like they're checking whether you're putting multiple comments to a single line. Eh? So this one is iteration starts. At the end of the line where selection starts. Selection starts. You can see there's only one selection, and that's why you add multiple comments to the single line. That's this one, right? If so, that selection starts. If you have any concerns, let me know. At the end of the line where data structure is initialized. Data structure is initialized. What is the data structure used here? What is the data structure? Yes, array, right? Array or the list, right? So where is it? Line number 3 or 4? Both. Yeah, both can be taken, right? Data structure. All right. Yeah, that's all. That's easy, right? Luckily, they didn't ask us to edit this code, right? A book club uses compute applications. The club wants a program to ensure that logins are valid. A flowchart for a test version of the program has been designed. The test version uses username as this, password as this, and here's the flowchart. Okay, let's try to understand the flowchart. This is 2A, right? Right. Start, initialize variables, enter the username and password. Are the username and password correct? These are the already set username and passwords, right? So we ask the user to enter the username and password, and then we have to check them, right? Check them against these two. Are the username and password correct? If both are correct, welcome message. Otherwise, error message. Okay, simple, right? Write a program to implement the logic in the flowchart. Open Q2A. Right? Can you also do it? Let's do it together. Okay, nothing is given. Just the comments. Right, let's follow. Yeah,
it's pretty simple. Yeah,
pretty simple. Yeah, pretty simple, but don't take it easy, right? Initialize variables. Okay, so we need these two, right? The set username and password. Okay, I'm going to call it username. You have to do it. Bar O2P. Password equals n x 2934. Then they want the prompts. Prompts are these. Now we had to ask the user, right? So I'm going to call them user input. Enter username. Pass. You can see you can't use pass there, the keyword. So pass. In the exam, you try to copy and paste also without writing the code again and again to save time. Right, then the check, right? Check input from user. But can you see here we are checking both the username and password, right? If username equals user and password equals passed, right? Welcome message. Print welcome. Okay, and then else, right? Print error login in. That's all, right? Oh, I didn't. Oh, God heavens. I didn't save this file. Save as Q2A finished. Okay, and the username, but
Sir,
yeah.
sir, I had a doubt in this question.
What's the doubt?
So it's not there in the flowchart, but then should we should we like give a set of codes or make a set of codes regarding, like, in the sense, if username is correct and password is wrong, like should we print a different error message? And when those, like, it's not there in the code, but are we like supposed to include it? It's not there in the flowchart, but
Okay, that's a good point. Okay, let me take the points from the mark scheme also, right? But before that, right now we think even I thought like, yeah, I'm done, but I'm not done, right? Can you tell me the problem? I tested it, it works, but this is not the complete answer. I missed a very important one.
after you display the error message, you have to ask the user to enter the username and password.
Again, yeah, there's a loop here. There's a loop. Okay, so that's the tricky part in this. It looked really easy, but there's a loop we should put, right? So in the according to the mark scheme, let's see whether they are looking for different combinations. At least one variable with a suitable variable name, username set to bard423, password set to nx, blah blah blah. Then was there a question mark? Oh yeah, there's a question mark. Then loop used, username or password entered, username or password stored in variables. That's this one. And at least one should input message. That is the prompt. Check username and password. That's this one. Appropriate error messages. Welcome message. Yeah, that's all. So no combinations, right?
Okay, sir.
No combinations. How many marks they are given? 11 marks for this? Good heavens. Right. So the biggest problem was we missed the loop. Okay, shall we? If the username and password is wrong, you go back and ask them to enter it again.
So do we need to put the while loop after else?
We can do it in different ways. Right, I'll tell you. Why don't you come up with your own method? I'll come with my own method and you guys come with your own method and let's discuss after that. Thank you. Finish? Who's finished? Alessana?
So finished, sir.
Akib? Binaki?
No, sir. Still.
Okay. Wait, I'm eating something. It's stuck. Okay, fine. This is how I did. I put a while true, right? While true. So while true is an endless loop. It'll carry on as long as we exit the loop. And if username equals user and password equals passed, you print welcome and break. Right? You exit the loop. Else, you print error login and you have to ask the user to enter username and password again. Okay. So then I checked it. If I enter wrong username and password, keeps on asking. Okay. If I enter it correctly, God 423 and NX2934 question mark. Right. Is that how you did it, or maybe you tried a different method? No?
It was a bit, I mean, it's different, sir.
Different. Yeah. There can be different ways.
Mine is
Right.
different.
Okay, fine, no problem. Right. In the masking, they have used while username is not equal to username, or password is not equal to password. Oh, hold on. That's the next one. No? That's the next one. There's an extension in this. Or did we miss anything? They're not asking for any price, right? Any number of times to check in the login?
No.
No. Okay, these people have used a count variable. No? Anyway, it's okay. So I'll share the code with you. I'll share all these codes after this, right? After the class. The club sells books. It needs computer program to monitor the number of books sold. Right? The amount of profit made. Q2B provides the structure of the program. Open Q2B in the code editor. Amend the code to complete the if statement used to produce the outputs described in the table. Do not add any other further functionality. Okay. 2B. Again, let's save it.
What about 2A, the flowchart?
That's what we did just now.
Oh yeah.
Right? We converted the flowchart into this, into the code, right? This one. Finished. Right. So part of the conditions given, no? So don't forget to analyze the code first, right? Books sold, profit is there. Books sold, input, enter the number of books sold, enter the profit made. Okay. So it's just a matter of checking the conditions, right? If number of books sold is at least 5 and profit made is at least 10. You can see the first message is poor performance this week. Poor performance is here. So that checks number of books sold is under 5 or profit made is under 5. All right, so here books sold now under 5, that's less than 5, right? And then O profit made is under 5. Poor performance this week. All right, the next message is sales and profit are excellent this week. Sales and profit are excellent this week. That's number of books sold is over 20. You also do it over 20. And profit made is at least 20. At least 20 means what is at least 20? Greater than or equal to 20, right? Okay, then the next one is sales and profit are good this week. That's this one. That is number of books sold is at least 5. Right? At least 5. Books sold is at least 5. Again, at least 5 means greater than or equal to 5. And profit made is profit made is at least 10, greater than or equal to 10. Okay, and else all other inputs, alert manager. Else print manager. Right, I think that's fine, no? If you want, you can check Okay, let's check. Number of books sold is at least 5. At least 5. And profit made is at least 10. Okay, that's correct, right? Number of books sold is over 20. Over 20. Profit made is at least 20. Sales and profit, excellent. Fine. So I think it's better to check, right? The next one. Number of books sold is under 5. Profit made is under 5. Okay, right. Any other inputs? What could be any other, all other inputs?
So we didn't add the double equals for books sold and profit. We didn't add the double equal for books sold and profit.
Which one?
When we are initializing the variables.
Here?
We need to add double equals, right?
Here? No. Double equal is check now. It's checking with this assignment, right? This is putting 0 into this variable. Right, this is correct, right? And that was already given. Right. How do we print this one? Shall we try books under all other inputs? Books sold under 5. Under 5 means even minus values are taken. So basically you can't check this, no? Because the moment you put a value under 5 for this one, this gets true, right? We can't try minus 1, minus even. Okay, never mind. We don't need to waste time on that because we got this thing, right? Boundary testing is an important part of the development. This is 2C, right? Okay. Were you able to finish this?
Yes, sir.
Three of you? Yeah. Boundary testing is an important part of the program development. The boundary value is the most extreme value that will pass a test. For example, if the boundary condition is no more than 30, then the boundary test data would be 30. Complete the test table to show the boundary test data that could be used for each test. Okay. Poor performance this week. Poor performance this week. What is the boundary? It says less than 5. Books sold should be less than 5. Profit should be less than 5. Either one of these should be less than 5 or both should be less than 5. Then only poor performance. So what is the boundary? What is the maximum you can try? You can have when they say less than 5.
4.
4, that's right. Then for both, it's 4, right? Book sold is 4. This is 4. Okay, I'm not going to type this, right? Because of time. Book sold. Profit, sales and profit are good for this week. Sales and profit are good for this. Now there it says at least 5, right? At least 5 and at least 10. So when it says boundary, it can be the lower boundary or the upper boundary. Now you can see upper boundary is unlimited here, right? It can be anything. But the lower boundary is clear. So what should be the lower boundary? It says at least 5.
5 and 10.
Yeah, 5 and 10. 5 and 10, right? Five and 10. Okay, sales and profit are excellent. Excellent. Now there also it's 20, greater than 20 and greater than or equal to 20. Upper boundary is not clear. Then we have to look at the low boundary. So what is the low boundary for books sold when it says greater than 20? Is 20 included? When it says greater, what are the values for this? This one, books sold greater than 20. Then it starts from 21. So the boundary will be 21, not 20, right? Because there's no equal sign. And this one is 20 because greater than or equal to 20. Right. Okay, so can you see the Cssi cipher? Oh, that's a text file, right? Several encryption algorithms have been developed. Hamid has started to create a Cssi cipher encryption program. The Cssi cipher encryption works by giving a number value to a key. Each letter in the plain text message is replaced by a new ciphertext letter using the key. For example, as shown below in the table, key value +2 would change the plain text message encrypt to the ciphertext message this. Right. So guys, each letter in the plain text. Can you see E is what has happened? E is represented as G, right? It's +2 now. So E, F, G. 2 places, F, G. So E is represented as G. Ahmed program already converts the plain text to ciphertext. He wants to extend the program to accept the input of plain text message, accept the input of a key, which must be a positive integer between 1 and 25. Write the generated ciphertext to a text file named ciphertext, display the ciphertext. Okay, so that's a bit tricky, right? But it's just a matter of taking the ASCII value, right? ASCII decimal value of each letter and add the key, right? Now, for example, let's say E. What is ASCII letter for E? What is ASCII decimal code for E? What is the function we had to use? Odd function, no? Odd, right? All are given in simple, right? Adarshana, odd function, right? So now if you...
Yes, sir, but sir, isn't there another way of doing it?
Another way of
Or
doing
like,
it?
should we like use the ASCII?
I'm not really sure whether, let's see whether they have given us some help. This is 3A, right? Three A. Oh, they're checking this, no? They're checking with the array, right? That's a long way. Okay, so we can't use that method, right? Because they are checking against this one. All right. Right. So right. So how shall we do it? Do not add any other function. Save your code. Explain. Right. Add your code to get the plain text and convert it into lowercase. Right. You also write the code. We'll do it together. Add your code to get the plain text and converting plain text is given here, right? The variable. Adarshana, were you able to do this when I gave it?
No, sir, I did it only half. Like I was able to do 2 questions, and this one was done halfway. So that's why I was wondering why you were using the ASCII code thing.
Okay.
You know.
No, actually, I didn't see the code. I had not seen the code, right? The file.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay,
what came to my mind was the odd function, and the other one was
CHR.
CHR. Yes, that's right. CHR function. So the variable is given plain text. So you can ask the user to input the plain text. So we are converting all lowercase letters. Input enter the plain text in lowercase, but we are not really sure whether they would enter only lowercase. Therefore, it's better to convert this way. So what we can do is plain text equals plain text dot lower that will convert text into lowercase. So again, I think we don't really need to bother about how this happens because they have already given to us. We just need to fill these areas, right? And we code here to get the key and make sure the key is between 1 and 25, right? So that's this one, right? So the key is also going to be given by the user, but we had to validate the key. It should be between 1 and 25. So we can use a while loop as long as while key is less than 1, right? Less than 1, is it and or O? Key is greater than 25. Is it and or O? As long as key is less than 1 and or O, key is greater than 25. And
So you mean less than 25 and greater
No.
than 1?
no, we are we are checking whether this is invalid. Okay, it is invalid if
Not-
it is less.
Oh, and yeah.
No, it is invalid if the key is less than 1.
No, all right, sir.
It is invalid if it is greater than 25. So we should have AND operator here or O operator.
Or
That's right.
or
Yes, correct. Good. O operator, because you can't have a number which is less than 1 at the same time greater than 25. Right? Okay. So as long as it is less than 1 or greater than 25, we should ask the user to enter the key, right? So key, the variable is given, use the variables that they have used. It's a number, so int input, enter the key, a number between 1 and 25. Okay. Right, so that's also done. Add your code to write the ciphertext to a file. Okay, now the file is not given. And you know, when you write to a file, it will be created automatically, right? Add your code to write the ciphertext to a text file. Right, so what should you do first? They haven't given any variable for the file, right? First, you need to do what? You need to open the file, right? Right. How do you open the file? First, you need to have a handle, right? Just a minute. I have another class. Let me send a message to that class, right? Can you write the code? This one. Try to recall your memory of file writing. Okay, guys, did you do it? So we need a handle, right? We need a handle. So you can call it cipher file or something. That's the handle. That's the file handle, right? Equals. Then we have to open the file, right? Open. Then we should have the name of the file. They haven't given a file. Have they given a file? No, they haven't given a file, right? So we'll give something like cipher.txt, right? And then we should have the handle, not the handle, the permission, the access right. What do you put? We are opening this for writing, right? Then if you're opening this for writing, what are the permissions we have?
So
Read.
we have to put the W.
Yeah, we have the read, we have the write, and we have the append, right? So this is going to be open for writing. So it has to be W, right? Within double quotes. Okay. And then what do you have to do? You have to write. Where's the what are we going to write? We are going to write the ciphertext, right? This ciphertext. I can see after the while loop we have the ciphertext. So we need to write it to this cipher file. So how do you write? We need to use the handle first, right? So practice this file writing a lot, right? Cipher file. Dot. Then we use a function called write. And then brackets. And then we had to write the ciphertext. That's this one. Okay. But the variable, so just put the variable without double quotes. Right. So that's the method, right? We have one more line, that is to close the file. After writing, we have to close the file. So cipher file dot close bracket. Okay. So what are the 3 steps? First, you open the file for writing for a certain permission, writing or reading or appending, and then you save it in a file handle, and then you use the file handle to write whatever you want. So here is the ciphertext that you are writing, and then we have to close the file. If you open the file, you have to close, remember, otherwise the changes won't be displayed, right? Add your code to display the ciphertext. Right now that's pretty easy because we don't need to read the file. Okay, they just want to print it. Right. We can output it in 2 ways. We can read the file and output, or we can just output the value of ciphertext. So here they just wanted to output. No, you don't need to read. Open this and read, right? So just print. Your cipher text is comma. Now there you can use comma. You are not concatenating there. But also remember, if you are concatenating numbers, you have to convert them into text using str. You can't concatenate numbers and text together. And what are we going to output? Cipher text. Right. So see, in certain questions, you don't really need to worry about the code, how it happens, how it works. That will be a waste of time, right? But in certain codes, you do need to. You need to identify that smartly, right? Otherwise, you'll be wasting a lot of time. All right. Let's run it. Enter the plain text in lowercase. Enter the key. Okay, let's see whether this got written right into the text file. Here's the text file. Perfect. Got it? Understood? Adarshana?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Maybe you tried to understand the code. Is that why you couldn't finish it?
Actually, sir, I got stuck in the key part. Actually, the key part was easy, but what I did was, like, first of all, I asked the user to enter a key that is greater than 1 and then less than 25. So it got complicated there.
Okay.
So that's why I got sort of stuck.
Right.
Just left it.
Okay. So guys, you need to go through encryption algorithms. You can see it is tested in paper 2, right? Go through encryption types. I shared a document once, right? On encryption.
Oh, yes, so we had that.
You have
The
it?
encryption. Yeah,
Shall I
sure.
share it again?
Okay, sir.
My Wi-Fi stopped working. What did I need?
So now what I told was to go through encryption algorithms, right? See, they have given Vigenère cipher here. So the encryption is tested in this paper, and encryption is tested in this paper.
30.
Right, I shared a document to go through that, right? Let's do this question and stop for now, and I'll be meeting you in the evening also, right?
Okay, sir. Can you just show the code one more time?
Right, sure.
Good.
This
03.
Yeah, I'll be sharing all these codes that we did.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, sir.
But especially go through file writing, then arrays, and also subprograms, right?
Okay, sir.
3B, right? Explain one reason why Cssi cipher is a weak encryption algorithm.
They can use trial and error and find the key.
Yeah, they can use brute force. That trial and error is called brute force, right? You're trying all the combinations and find the key. And also it uses the same key to encrypt and decrypt. And only limited number of keys are available, like 1 to 25, 1 to 25. Yeah, so it's easy to brute force. That's the answer, right? All right, so we'll meet in the night. I'm thinking of
Which time, sir?
8 to 10. I'm thinking of 8 to 10.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
I have another class from 10 to midnight. So 8 to 10 probably, and we'll finish this paper, and then we'll take some random questions from 2019 and 20. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But you can do those questions until then. Until then, you do those questions, and if you have any issues, let me know. Okay, then. See you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.